We have just received the biggest One Piece announcement of the last decade. One Piece is getting an anime remake. This information is coming straight to us from Jump Festa 2024 and from the official One Piece Twitter account. They ended up revealing to us this amazing key visual for the anime remake, as we see this sketched out design of Luffy on Dawn Island with a really nice rough aesthetic. This announcement has genuinely caught us all off guard. Nobody was expecting a remake for One Piece. Well, this is because the current anime is still ongoing and well, the story hasn't even wrapped up yet. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the trailer that they revealed for this new One Piece anime and giving my thoughts on what we can expect for the future of this work. Things do appear to be promising on the surface, with WIT Studio being announced to be working on the project, but be sure to stick around until the very end of this video where I'll be sharing some of my genuine concerns about this announcement, as well as all of the things that I'm really excited for. Accompanied by this beautiful artwork of young Luffy on Dawn Island, One Piece is announced to be getting a complete anime remake. The announcement came at the very end of Jump Festa 2024, and it was accompanied by a 1-minute teaser trailer that was posted on the official Netflix YouTube channel. The trailer shows us some of the anime's most iconic moments before transitioning to an animator who is actually working on something brand new. We can see a lot of the early manga volumes of One Piece scattered around them as reference. We see the words Romance Dawn with WIT Studio's name located beneath it, and Romance Dawn is of course both the name of the very first chapter of One Piece as well as the first episode of the live action adaptation, and it's also the name of the one shot that Oda had drawn before One Piece. When it comes to WIT Studio, they are one of the most highly regarded animation studios that are currently operating. They're responsible for animating the first 3 incredible seasons of Attack on Titan, as well as anime like Owari no Seraph and more recently Ranking of Kings, and not to mention the first season of Vinland Saga. The YouTube video description for the trailer describes this new anime series as a fresh new remake with an all-new animation team, with the work being produced by WIT Studio and distributed by Netflix. I guess that this announcement has been made in response to the massively successful One Piece live action adaptation. And in general, we are talking about One Piece, the greatest manga of our time. So there's a plethora of reasons as to why this announcement has been made, and not to mention it's the 25th anniversary on One Piece. Based on the key visual and the trailer video, it appears as though this remake of the anime is going to be titled The One Piece. This minor change was likely just to make sure that the series is distinctive from the original anime. In addition to this trailer and key visual reveal, Oda had also shared his thoughts on this new project, stating that this project aims to redesign the animation of One Piece as a modern image and to make it different from the original anime that Toei had created 25 years ago. Oda is excited to see what everybody thinks. Despite it being announced now, the anime is still very far away from being released, as it's a long project that will take a lot of time to finish. But with the help of WIT Studio, Netflix, and fans across the globe, they are working very hard to deliver it to us very soon. The reason why they've done this is so that a new generation can fall in love with One Piece with an all-new animation that meets the up-to-date standards of today. So Oda says that the entire One Piece team is going to try their very best, and in general, he's really excited to see what everybody thinks of the work that they are creating. While I'm so excited for this remake to have been announced, there are a lot of questions that I do have about it, and I'm interested to see how the production team aim to overcome some of these issues that I'm going to talk about. The first question that immediately springs to mind is whether if this remake will be continuous or if it's going to be seasonal. The trend in recent times has been to break episodes down into 12 or 24 episode cores, instead of the old way of doing things like the current One Piece anime is doing, where it's just an endless supply of weekly episodes. If you want my opinion, I think that they're going to be making chunks of these episodes and releasing them in season batches on Netflix. If they go about the route of adapting this into seasonal batches, then it could take us years for us to get to the very end. The reason why I don't think they're going to be releasing one episode every single week for the next 10 years is because it's going to put a massive strain on the animators, and you could tell that this new work is focusing on quality over quantity, with a 1-week countdown running every single week, requiring them to create a high quality, faithful, fast-paced anime episode. I don't think they're going to be able to keep up, especially a studio like WIT Studio. The only comparable example that I have of a really well animated series with minimal filler that recreated a prior adaptation was the Hunter x Hunter 2011 adaptation, which we know was animated by Studio Madhouse. It ran weekly for 148 episodes, was some of the highest quality animation that I've ever seen, with only 2 filler flashback episodes in that entire run. Something like this was unheard of at the time. Just before the Hunter x Hunter anime, we had the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood anime, which adapted the manga in a more faithful manner than the 2003 Full Metal Alchemist anime adaptation. In terms terms of the pacing for this new One Piece anime, I guess we can expect about 2 to 3 chapters adapted per episode, so it brings the runtime of the anime remake to about 300 to 500 episodes if it was to adapt everything that is currently released within the manga. I'm also interested to see what they're going to be doing regarding the voice actors. Some of the people working on One Piece, especially Luffy's character, have become iconic at this point. With the exception of Jinbei, all of the Straw Hat voice actors are over 50 years old, with Mayumi Tanaka herself, who voices Luffy, being 69 in January. While this anime remake is going to have faster pacing than the original series, it's still going to take them a long time to deliver all of the 1,100 chapters adapted into a high quality anime production. This isn't even counting the remaining chapters that Oda has yet to release. So I hope that the anime voice actors can pull through and do voice the characters for as long as possible, but given that almost all of the main cast of One Piece characters are approaching retirement age, it does beg the question of whether if they're going to be able to work on the new anime remake or not. I don't think that there is another series that has been in a situation like this where One Piece has an original anime that is still releasing, but a remake has also been announced of the anime at the same time. The only other similar situation that I can think of is Dragon Ball Kai, but Dragon Ball Kai had released over 12 years after the original Dragon Ball Z anime had wrapped up. And Dragon Ball Kai wasn't a remake, they basically traced over the old series and removed the filler. I wonder if this new One Piece anime is going to be adapting the One Piece cover stories as a small little 30-second bonus after the next episode preview at the very end of the episode. While a lot of the cover stories are one-off humorous sketches that Oda has done in response to fan requests, there are entire story arcs that are told within the cover stories. For example, Ace's Hunt for Blackbeard, which comprises of 26 chapter covers, so there are entire mini arcs which anime-only fans are going to be unaware of. There are similar story arcs for Buggy's struggles in East Blue, Enel's adventures on the moon, and the Germa Kingdom's escape from Whole Cake Island. Will we see these cover stories adapted in the new One Piece anime? Also, I wonder if the new anime is going to be beginning with Luffy leaving Dawn Island and fighting the Sea King, or is instead going to be starting with a young Luffy and his time that he spent with the Redhead Pirates. I wonder if they'll be changing things around and showing some of the flashbacks with Ace and Sabo a bit earlier in the series here this time, or if they're going to just stick faithfully to the manga and tell the story just as it was told, leaving everything untouched. There's a lot to speculate and think about, but I think you get the general idea. I'm just really excited that a new anime remake has been announced. There have been a lot of excited reactions to this news, with people excited that the One Piece anime is finally going to have good pacing. You can see from some of these comments that are left under the trailer, one fan says it's going to be insane to watch the East Blue saga and to get an update in the quality and animation with a totally different animation team who's working on the series, and they cannot wait to spot and see all of the differences between the original anime and this remake. Another fan states that finally the One Piece anime will have good pacing, it's the greatest manga in the world, and it truly deserves the respect that they are giving by recreating the series in this way. Another fan says a new adaptation would be amazing, as it's a chance to see a shorter version of One Piece where a lot of the filler and unnecessary scenes are cut out, and it's a great way for fans to rewatch the series as well as new fans to get into the story. And again, yes, it's a great age to be alive. Another fan says that Studio WIT was the right choice, the other works that they have done look absolutely amazing, and they are some of the best anime out there. At the very earliest, I think that we can see this anime sometime in 2025, and that's being optimistic. We might get annual seasons adapting each saga of the story, but something tells me that this isn't just going to be any ordinary anime adaptation. I think that they are setting the stage with One Piece by recreating the work in a more authentic manner, by staying true to the source material, and hopefully they'll go back to other great old stories from Shonen Jump and adapt them in a more faithful manner without the really slow pacing, all of the filler arcs, so that all fans can re-experience these stories and new fans can enjoy them too. One such work that comes to mind is Dragon Ball, and I've been waiting for a Dragon Ball anime remake for so long, so hopefully One Piece does well enough and they can go back and remake Dragon Ball next. One of the best anime studios in the world is working on it. I believe that they've given the staff a lot of creative freedom, allowing them to push the limits of what is possible animation-wise and cinematically in order to tell the story of One Piece in a true masterful way. I genuinely think that each episode of this new series is going to be of movie level quality. It's going to make the most iconic scenes within the anime even more impactful than ever before. One thing to note is that the production committee for the anime is on screen, as you see that Shueisha obviously owns One Piece, Toei Animation are also on the production committee, as also Fuji TV, who airs One Piece, is also on there, with WIT Studio and lastly Netflix there too. It's a joint collaborative project with all of these companies here forming the One Piece production committee. It really is an incredible time to be a One Piece fan, as this is one of the biggest announcements of One Piece in the last 20 years. October 2024 marks the 25th anniversary of the anime, which I think would be a great release date, but I still think that it's too soon to release such a project. Hopefully this anime remake lives up to all of our expectations, and it's not just another nostalgia-induced side quest by companies who want to capitalize on fans' memories. Let me know what all of you think about this insane announcement. Did any of you expect this? Because I for one did not. How successful do you think that this remake is going to be? What do you think WIT Studio is going to be bringing to the table? And do you think such high quality anime remakes may become a trend, and we may see this for older Shonen Jump properties like Dragon Ball in the future? If you enjoyed this video, then let me know in the comments and definitely continue the discussion. And lastly, thank you for making it to the end of this video, and I'm super excited for this anime remake, and I cannot wait to talk more about it in the future with all of you.